I want you. I mean, I'm doing what I said I built this platform on. And it's sometimes having those uncomfortable conversations. And one of these topics tonight is I'm going to dabble in, and I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Stay on the block. Okay? It's But it's not right. Brittany, I'm so sorry that you had to experience this. I just don't even have words. But you're an amazing woman. And I'm sorry, Kenya, when you tried to justify and say she signed a lease and it's just documentation. I'm sorry, it's not. Brittany buried what she wanted to have buried and sealed to never be opened, no matter what the case may be. So whatever private investigator you hired is illegal, and they did what they did because they knew how to get beyond the gates of what she put on them. And you wanted that because you wanted to go to hell, like Cynthia said. So it wasn't. I want you. I mean, I'm doing what I said I built this platform on. It's Thursday. Yeah, y'all. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Come on, get in here. Let's go. It's time to share this live. Wah, ha, ha, ha. I got Cardi in my ear, y'all. Wah, 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 wah. Let me see you clap. Let me see you clap. It's Thursday. All right. Gets me hyped and ready every time. Oh, it does. It really, really does. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Y'all know the drill. You know what to do. It's Thursday. It's your boy, K. And we here on a Thursday like we normally do. So run this up. Share this live to your group chats, your work chat, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your auntie, your cousins, they, them, all of them around the world need to come on in because it's time to have a conversation. Yeah, it's your favorite Thursday night show. I know. Every Thursday night, y'all looking for me, and I promise I don't disappoint. Okay? You know, I try to wear glasses, but I hate when they give a glare, and if I see the glare, I want it gone. Okay? So, you know, I know why certain people wear, you know, the shades out of, they pop the lenses out, and they just wear the frames, but I don't want to do that. What's up, baby? You're my baby, 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 baby. All right. I love you. Come on, share this live. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Let's go. Grab your drinks, grab your glasses, water, H2O, wine, liquor. I don't know. It may be your Friday to do what you want to do. It ain't none of my business. I don't know if you rolling up herbs or what you doing. But get relaxed and enjoy this show. You're going to be a little different tonight. Okay? It ain't all about every night just being that stuff. But tonight's topics are a little different. But we're going to talk about it because the conversation has to be had. And then, you know, I have conversations sometimes on the things that I like to talk about too, not just the things y'all want to hear. So that's kind of what tonight is going to be about on one of our topics. But baby, do we have a conversation tonight? Breaking conversation. Derek, ain't that his name? Well, they finally caught him. Alicia Keys and Beyoncé, why the music video never got released? Because Sony didn't pay the gangsters? Ooh, child. And Naomi and Chandler. Oh my God, they have split up Maverick City. That's really what I'm here to really digest and talk about because it's a lawsuit. It's legal. It's not just like group members walking away. It's getting messy. It's getting sticky. It's getting sticky. Okay? But it's definitely gonna be a full pack show. All right? All right, you better have that espresso cut water. Oh, I gotta try the espresso. You know, I love me a good cut water. I love me a good cut water. So before we even get into anything, I'm working on a special episode by itself, and I need to get it done like ASAP. Oh, thank you, baby. Got the glass. Uh-oh, you know, when you get wine, Jesus turned water into wine. When you get wine, it gets to telling the truth. Good evening. It gets to time to tell the truth. So, first things first. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't. And see, the problem is, hold on. I want to shout out my best friend real quick. Ariel, I love you down, girl. Okay, I love you down. And my husband, you already know, okay? I love you down too. It does not cost, let me say this. Whew. It does not cost for you to just share a free 99 post. Okay? The thing is, y'all want to keep me to yourselves, honestly, and I get it. I get it. But you gotta share so we can build the crew. We gotta get to 500 subscribers, y'all. It's really big and monumental for me for us to get to 500 subscribers. So the only way we can do that is if we share when I post it on my page, just put it on your story. You opening me up to a whole nother new audience. Come on. I would appreciate it if you would share. And if you it don't cost you nothing. It just costs you nothing. You see how that is? It ain't even like I'm at church telling you got to pay this for the church building fund. I'm not even asking. Although we would like if you want to donate. Now, if you want to donate, you can be a blessing and donate. Look. Okay? Konversation with K. There's the Cash App. If you want to donate, you can definitely donate. But we're not here for that. It costs you free 99 just to share content. All right? But if y'all haven't seen, this is where it's about to get real. November 28th. It's an all black out live conversation. Y'all, I am so excited about this. I have been manifesting and working on this really all year long. I've been talking to my husband about it because that's the only person I tell my secrets to. You know, we have been working and going and talking, and we made final plans. I'm telling y'all, Richmond, California is not going to be the same after I do this live conversation. I don't know where I'm going to take it after that, but I know there's a reason why I got to make Richmond be the first stop. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this experience. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to drop special guests probably next week. Right now, VIP tickets are on sale for $40. I only got a limited VIP. You got to get VIP, and I'm only going to do VIP just for only this. The rest, well, this week is gone. They dropped on the 7th. I'm doing VIP all the way up until the 19th. $40 tickets, and it includes preferred seating in the front, okay? And you're going to get a good gift bag and a drink ticket. You get that, okay, when you buy a VIP ticket. If you missed out on the VIP, you cannot try to ask me for a VIP. The price gonna be the price if you really want a VIP after they go off on sale on the 19th. After that, on the 19th, general admission is $20. Y'all buy y'all apes. You buy a pack of Cutwaters. You buy whatever you buy. So you got to make sure you get you your $20 ticket. Okay? It's still going to be a good show. I promise y'all. I have really been doing and preparing this all year long. It's going to be more than what you think. Okay? It's going to be more than what you think. We're going to have a bar. We're going to have we got food. Okay? You can buy food. You can have your liquor. And you're going to come in there and you're going to enjoy the show. And even for those that need to take a guapole, okay? You got a room with a window. You can, in that room, I'm pleasing everybody, okay? And I'm going to have a mixed crowd in there, okay? I'm going to tell you. I work in a community where I work in the hills. I'm going to just say that. If you know, you know. I work in the hills. So a lot of my families of my children have been waiting for me to do an event. So I'm getting ready to put out. So look, if you don't get your ticket, VIP, or you don't get that $20 general admission, and P, let me shout out P, the real crew, okay? First person to buy their ticket. First person I've seen the notification go off. Hopefully when I get off of here, I'll see some notifications and went off and people done purchased some more VIPs. If not, we're going to get them $20 general admission sold too. We're going to sell tickets all the way up until November 26th. On the day of, if I have not sold out, which we're going to manifest, I'm going to sell out. We're going to manifest, I'm going to sell out my first live show. Okay, it's a nice size venue. Just for me, it's intimate how I wanted it to be. It's the Konversation Lounge, and I'm manifesting that I'm moving forward to. So it's going to really give me what I want. It's not about anybody else. It's about what I want. And I want y'all to come and enjoy this experience because I promise you it's going to be fun. We're going to have some conversation. I got some special guests. I'm going to announce next week. 2 of them confirmed. I'm waiting on some more, but we working. And I'm so excited for this live show. So to end out your year, okay, don't miss this show. Do not miss this show. Get your tickets on Partyful, okay? Get your tickets on Partyful, okay? This event will be filmed, okay? So if you want to see yourself on the LAK reality series, this event will be filmed for that event, okay? So I'm really, really excited about that. Y'all don't know. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I'm about to go into real prep mode. I'm about to start cutting some stuff out. I'm about to start getting my mind. I'm about to be off social media for a minute, just only posting this show. I probably, don't beat me up, but we're going to probably take a break just because I need to get prepared for the live show, okay? But I am working on a video. I'm filming. I'm doing a lot right now. We got a lot going on. And then plus for the month of November, I told y'all I want to drop a video every day of the month. It's November is a special month for me. It's my 5-year. My first live show. November is a special month, so I really want to get focused. So I'm gonna take a break. Tonight might be the last show until November, but we're gonna hit off November 1st, rocking and rolling, and then I'm gonna be promoting the show. So make sure you get your tickets. Please make sure you get your tickets. It's gonna be an event to remember and to know that you will be a part of the first one. That's all I'm saying. VIP, you're gonna get a nice little nice little gift bag. You know, I treat my people right. You're coming to, and I'm gonna just be quiet. Oh, I see the Cash App going off. You know, that's all I need to see. That's all I need to see. So make sure you get your tickets, okay? Right now, we have only VIP on sale, right? We're only doing VIP till the 19th. We're trying to sell VIP tickets. I would love for people to purchase these VIP tickets. You heard what comes with it. If not, be ready on the 19th because general admission is going to be $20, okay? And at the door, you're going to have to pay $30. So if you don't get them by the 26th, at the door is $30. I'm sorry, okay? We spend money like that everywhere else. I promise you this is going to a good cause. And it's going to be so much more after this, after you see this one. All right? I'm working hard. I'm about to get in the rehearsal mode and everything. It's about to be a good one, y'all. It's about to be a good one. They don't know who they messing with. It's about to be a good one. All right. So let's get into tonight's show. All right, y'all ready? Y'all done shared this live? Y'all done told everybody your boy is live? We get ready to get into tonight. Let me tell y'all something. Before we get into tonight, LAK, the reality show, it's turning up, y'all. All I can say is it's turning up and it's coming soon. And I don't mean like it's coming soon like this year. I just want y'all to know it is coming soon. We are in full production mode for the rest of the year. And I got to give production their time to do what they're going to do. But I'm really, really grateful and really, really, let me give my flowers to everybody that is making this dream of mine a reality. Y'all mean the world to me. So I truly, truly want to give y'all your flowers. And we're learning, y'all. Okay, so be easy on us when y'all see this. I promise you, yes, I've been watching what I've been watching, reality TV for years. This is my thing, film and all that, but we're learning. And we're gonna give y'all us, okay? And it's gonna definitely, like a good wine, and even with time, just get better. Okay, but we're learning, and so far, it's hot. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I can't say too much. Okay? But it is definitely, it's good. All right, so who's first on the docket? Let me see. I know who I want to save. You know what? Let's talk about, what is his name? Derek. Is that his name? Is that his name? Now I'm trying to find my notes. Duh. So I'm trying to find my notes. Hold on. I'm trying to find my notes on this Derek. I'm trying to find my notes on Derek, who is the one that escaped. Look at him, y'all. You know, as he's getting put in handcuffs, you know, get back in, because he was on the run from New Orleans for 5 months. And at that point, they caught him in Atlanta, and he is back on his way in. I need y'all to understand that this was just crazy. The fact that I wanted to talk about this is because this man decided he wanted to give y'all this blowing of a kiss. That's why I wanted to call Derek Temptation. Don't nobody want to be mesmerized or take it. What? He needed to let somebody know I'm going to need some money on my books. I'm going to need you to cover me because I'm about to go down. Get this man off my screen. I just wanted to say how funny and ridiculous he looked. But he made it for 5 months before he got caught. And if y'all haven't, y'all know the story. That they broke out of jail in New Orleans. He got from New Orleans to Atlanta. He was on the high for about 5 months. And now he's going back in. They caught everybody else. That was the last one that they was looking for. So he has officially been caught. Okay? He's officially been caught. All right. So, not Beyonce's daddy out here spilling some tea. Listen. Do y'all remember Put It on the Love Song? Yes. I know y'all see this video right here. Alicia Keys and Beyonce. For a long time, everybody wanted to put them two against each other, and there was no beef. Do you see any beef here? Like, tell me. So if you have not seen or heard yet, Matthew Knowles went to say that the reason why we never saw this video and never saw the day of light, okay, because they were in Rio. And they were in one of the most raunchiest place. In his terms, he says the ghetto, right? I got my notes right here for this. Says he was in the ghetto. They're filming it, and all of a sudden, I don't know, Matthew knows that he received a phone call. And he, you know, what? What? You know, I'm being a little dramatic because I'm Konversation with K. Get them out of there now. Right? So he sends the powers that be helicopters right into the scene. Get them and get them out of there. Well, what happened? People are saying, well, what he said, okay, what Matthew said was that Sony didn't pay the gangsters. Yes, sir, there's a lot you don't know, young man, but Sony didn't pay the gangsters. And I was thinking, like, Sony didn't pay the gangsters? What are you saying here, sir? Sony didn't pay the gangsters. That's a pretty wild statement, okay? So Sony is in some cartel business now, allegedly? I'm just saying. I don't know. Sony didn't pay the gangsters, so did they have to pay the gangsters to keep them off so they can film it? Like, what was it? What was it? What was it? I don't know, because when you say paying the gangsters, so that's why we never got to see the video. Alicia Keys did make mention of the video once before. She said that they had a great time shooting the video. You know, it was great. It was fun. And she mentioned just the video didn't come out the way they wanted, and they decided not to release it. Now, I'm pretty sure Sony said, well, we got footage out there, then let's come back and do some green screen kind of feel and put you guys in the places, and then we'll just mesh the two of what we had. And then I'm pretty sure they were like, no, because we want the feel. Look, you see my girl B? Watch when she tiptoe. Now, look, she knew that step was a little too it was a little too steep. Yeah, hold on, B. She said something, we ain't gonna use that. Then she said, okay, you gotta work it, baby, work it out. Say to work it, baby, work it out. Say you love me, baby, work it out. Gotta work it out. Say to work it out. Oh, say you love me, and put it in a love song. That's the song. Yeah, I'm a little raspy. Don't worry, it's because I'm drinking wine and it's a little room temperature. But yeah, that's why the video never seen the daylight. Sony didn't pay the gangsters. Sony hasn't released anything, of course not. The interview just came out. But Beyoncé, of course, is going to be the queen bee, and she's going to sit in quiet and silence and not say a word, you know. Let my daddy and my mama speak. They do all the talking. I don't have to say nothing, okay, until I drop my biography on my life, and then that's when we'll say it all. But as of right now, Beyoncé and Alicia Keys have not done any other collaboration to this point. And, you know, it's just been that. So, Beyoncé has, you know, had a very successful career, as we can see, and Alicia Keys is definitely still out here doing her thing, and we definitely want to give her flowers, you know. But to know that Sony put them in a unsafe environment and then didn't pay what they pay or who they needed to pay to keep them safe, something must have happened. Because it's no reason, or it's no way you had to send in helicopters. Like, did they even get to go back to the room to get their stuff? Or it didn't matter about the people that was left. We just need to get Beyoncé and Alicia Keys up out of here. Because they're the money. So if anything, we over here in Rio, they gonna ransom them. Let's get them out of here. Right? You know, let's get them up right now. Woo! Came in. They coming down. Coming down in the helicopter. Because, you know, in that time, you know, back in that, it wasn't as advanced as we is now with coming in like that. No, they helicopters. Real ones, okay? Coming down, you know. That was too long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. So they came in and rescued him, and they put this video in the vote. Y'all know Beyonce is good for putting a video in the vote. I.e., while we have not seen not one video or visual from Renaissance or Cowboy Carter, I'm just convinced that they're in the vault, or they was in that hard drive in that suitcase that person stole, and we really ain't gonna never see the light of the day now because that idiot wanted to steal the files. Stupid. All right, up next. Yeah, tonight tonight we hold on. Ooh. All right, sorry. I had to swallow for a second. Well, you know, you can't say certain stuff on the internet. God dang it. Ah, God, that isn't gonna land right. Well, I really need a water. Because that wine is drying me out. You know, red wine is dry. Okay, well, next on the block, and I'm gonna spend some lengthy time a little bit here. That's why I saved Chandler Moore and Naomi and Maverick City for the end. This is the conversation, like I said, I wanted to choose to talk about tonight. And it's very current and very relevant right now. While there's legal things going on, specifically with Maverick City and Chandler Moore and Norman, right? But before we get into this, I need y'all to run this up. I'm gonna take a quick little commercial break because you know I gotta grab my speaker because I need to play some audio and I didn't grab it when I can. And we are a show, so it's okay to have a commercial break. But this gives you a chance to, if you need to grab something, do something. It's not going to be long. Don't you think it's about to be long. I'm about to go grab a speaker and sit my black tail right back down. But I'll be right back. Fill up your glass. Roll up another one. Grab your H2O. Do what you got to do. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Fill up this room. Share this live real quick. We'll be right back. Let me go get this speaker. All right. I told y'all don't be going too long. I told you don't be gone too long. All right. Really quickly, we're back. Maverick City. Now, where do I begin when it comes to Maverick City? So, Maverick City was a group that I truly feel did something different with gospel music. They were all anointed singers, but they wanted to do music, I personally feel, because of the sound. Maybe this was some people behind them. Maybe this wasn't them. So let me just say, Maverick City wanted to release a sound that was different from what we have heard. They found a formula that worked where you use very talented singers, but you make them almost just give the song the bare minimum. Ooh, excuse me. To deliver just the message. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. There's so many things we're going to unpack here with gospel music, business, artists, and fame in gospel, you know? And so if you haven't heard of Maverick City, the group, do your research. One of the greatest groups, I think, that has definitely came out and been in our presence. in gospel music. And unfortunately, we've just now been, it's been released that Chandler and Naomi, and then, you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the mantle of everything else, but these were two of the biggest members of the group, if you ask me, because of course, you know, every group it's ones that stick out, and in some group they're all stars, and in some group you know who the star is. Or I don't know, we don't want to say star when it comes to gospel music, and I know I did say they are anointed, but then here we are, there's a business to this. Okay, if R&B can have business, gospel music has to have business. Also, it has to have entertainment. Now, Maverick City has had its moments of like, whoa, not gospel music. If we all remember Dante Bowman, I think, or I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but Dante Bowman, I could be saying it wrong, all right? Maybe somebody could drop it in the comments. But Dante Bowman, he was a member of the group, Maverick City, a while back. And because on his Instagram, a nude photo got leaked, he was exiled from the group. Okay? He has went on now. He still has a great career. He's still singing. But, you know, fame. What will you do for it? Do I think that was an accidental leak? No, I don't. He already had a different style of music. I don't think he always wanted to stay gospel. I think he wanted to try out other music, but a contract is a contract. Business! And there's a reason why I'm going to say that. So, Maverick City, I feel like they went out and they sought local praise and worship leaders. And they wanted to put them all into a house and say, create music. Y'all write, you're anointed. And the people and the powers that be saw what this could be. They've probably been watching these people at their local churches for a minute. They knew who they wanted. They got who they wanted, and they created their sound. Now, I was following Chandler more when he was at All Nations Atlanta with Pastor and Lady Brian, who is now I feel so bad because this was gonna be my church when I got to Atlanta. But when I was moving to Atlanta, when I thought I was gonna move to Atlanta, I was following this church that was out there. And it was a part of, at the time, it was an All Nations Atlanta subdivision location. And then they branched out from All Nations and became their own thing. But Chandler Moore was there in those days. And that is when I began to follow his ministry. So to the point where I would bring his songs that I liked into my praise and worship ministry, and I would sing them. When I went out to Atlanta for the first time, I said, yeah, I know we out here to party, but I'm going to church on Sunday. And I'm going to hear Chandler. I've been waiting to be in the presence to hear the worship for real. You know what I mean? It just was, you know, it's great. It is, I really honor and appreciate that Chandler Moore's worship. So it was amazing, you know. A lot of people say he's not the greatest singer, but it don't even matter about that. When you tapped in, you tapped in. And when you're tapped in, we can feel the presence of the tap in. So I truly started to enjoy, you know, his career. And then after the big moment, he left All Nations and left the church. It was, I truly believe, for Maverick City. Okay? Contracts were signed. Hear me again. There is business to gospel just like there's business to R&B. Contracts were signed. All right? They went on to even winning a Grammy. Multiple Grammys. So you see where I'm going? This man went from being a praise and worship leader in a city, in this town, in this church, and this church was doing big things, but the leaders of that church were amazing, so that it was going to go beyond what it was already going to go by, even though it was attached to a organization already. It was going to be great regardless, and he was a part of that birth. To go be a Grammy award-winning artist, and I watched this man on the keys. Very inspiring and inspirational to see the story. But of course, all things don't always map out. So as I was preparing for this interview, I started to really do my research. And I think what blew the lid off of the whole Maverick City thing before they even quit was when Norman Daniels, or Norman, I could be saying his name wrong. Let me pull my note up, because you know I want to get it right. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, hold on. It's got me acting funny. Norman I don't even know how to say his name, but Norman did an interview with a well-known gospel artist, IG-K. And in that interview, Norman said pretty much like, you know, his views and his opinions. Now, this is a businessman, okay? He is not a gospel businessman. He didn't come from the church. He didn't come from all of that. He said loud and proud he supports the man that's in office. Okay? This is a businessman. And yes, he is my skin color. And he looks like me and you. He's a brother. He's a black man. Okay? Don't be surprised. But this was a business to him at all costs, no matter what. And he got on IG-K's show, and he said that. And after that episode had aired, IG-K got a lot of pushback. A lot of it. But in that interview, if you want to know more, go watch it. He exposed a lot about Maverick City. Okay? How it was a business marketing move for him and nothing more. Nothing more. It was really about business. And you can clearly see that. So boom, here we are, we're jumping forward. And this week, it broke that Chandler and Naomi are walking away from the group. Naomi releases her statement, and, you know, flowers to Naomi. She was definitely a pivotal person in the group, but I wouldn't have known her without her being in the group. So, beautiful singer, beautiful voice. At times, she has been, you know, in the internet for saying that her attitude was this and she was that. It is what it is. But she has sat down with Lecrae and did an interview, and it was really good. And I think if you watch that, you'll see a different side of her, and you'll have a different opinion. But, you know, a lot of people pick up the mantle of saying, when I become this, I'm solely going to do this, and no matter what, that's how focused I'm going to get. And I'm saying nothing is wrong with that. But Jesus also had people on his team that had character flaws that are in all of us. And I think he doesn't judge us by those character flaws or when we have moments or we have slip-ups. It's other things that he's going to hold us accountable for. Things that we don't want to take account for or be accountable for. Those are the things. But your character flaws are who you are as a person and just your boundaries and how you express them and how you set them. And I mean, Dorinda Clark said it, you know, sometimes I wanted to slap somebody across the face. You are a human and God knows. So if I decide to clap back in a comment, yeah, I'm going to clap back and then look at my Grammy sitting up there. Because why? The R&B, the hip-hop, the pop, everybody, they all do it. Why don't we as gospel artists, why don't we? Because we say, you know what, that is not how Christ would act. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure Jesus had to put some people in their place. He's sure out here putting me in mine, okay? And I ain't even got the glory yet. So, What we got to stop doing is letting people bully us. We're not a bully. We can respectfully check people. Dietrich Haddon-wife, she's good at it. Okay, back to the topic, Kenny. So yes, we got to get rid of that. But Chandler Moore took to the internet, and this is where it gets good. He says, this transition isn't easy. Maverick is something I poured my heart into. So it's almost like saying goodbye to your own kid. I told y'all, they picked him up right from that church. And he was there from the inception when they put them all, because for a while he was going back from the church to just being in these sessions and then going back to the church and being in these sessions and going back to the church. I'm telling y'all, I was following. Not that I was obsessed or anything like that, but just like how you have found appreciation for people, what they do. There's music is music, okay? I appreciate this man's craft and his anointing overall. Anointing recognized anointing, okay? And woe is the crown, okay? So I know what he's going through right now, and then even another interview, he expressed some other things. But he expressed that I know that there may be press and controversy around certain business matters that my legal team is handling. But my heart, I'm going to take that back one more time. Hold on, before I even move. I know that there may be press, hey, Konversation with K, and controversy, I'm about to shake it up, around certain business matters that my legal team is handling. This is all allegedly, but I'm also letting you know I did my research, okay? And I got the receipts. But my heart and my energy and my focus are on what's ahead. The dream hasn't changed. I'm stepping into a next phase, ready to share my story and make my music that helps people feel a little more human, a little more understood, and a little more less alone. Some people say, how do you feel alone when you're a Grammy Award winner? Y'all don't understand. He even said in the interview, I had my Grammys hid till like about up to this year when I won them, because it wasn't nothing that I felt proud about, because obviously there was a lot going on behind the scenes. Okay? The last 2 years I've been locked up in what really matters in my life and in my career. It's been scary at times, but it's also been full of fresh vision and real excitement about the future. With that, I've made the bittersweet decision to end my relationship with Maverick City. When we started Mav, I was grateful to have a community and a belonging while fulfilling my dream of making music that would help people experience God. And we did that in a way I could have never imagined. To my fans and my supporters, I thank you all for rocking with me from the start. Your love, your stories, your encouragement, you helped me through in some low moments, okay? He expressed in one of the interviews he's had some very dark depression, low moments, but still had to get on stage and minister. And I'm telling you, at times, just thinking like in this picture, when you just down and heavy, you know, a lot of people, and I'm going to get into it, to Naomi, Brandon, Dante, Aaron, Joel, HB, and MJ. Those are the main singers. And those, I believe, if you ask me, they were all artists, but they were in their local areas. And then somebody sought out and put all of them together, and they made up Maverick City. Of course, with the group, a background of singers, but they were Maverick City. The names I just released. He says to Naomi, Brandon, even Dante. Because Dante was a found member. He was a founding member. Okay? Aaron, Joel, HB, and MJ. And everyone else who was officially a part and unofficially, because there was hundreds of us. LOL. I think about you all and all the good times with each of you. Y'all have encouraged me and been there for me. Y'all are legends. And I can't believe I got to work with you all in this way. Special moments I won't forget. Now, with that, he posted a picture of 4 of them that were there to receive the Grammy, because all of them weren't there when they got their Grammy. And he closed. But I want to take you to when he says, there may be press and controversy around certain business matters that my legal team is handling. So the case of Moore versus Gumphrey was filed on October 1st in the state of the Northern District of Georgia. What we know right now is that Chandler Moore, okay, since this is a federal case, okay, things are being filed as we speak as of October 1st, okay? Let me just say this. Chandler Moore is suing to be released, I believe allegedly, from his contract and all things Maverick City. Now, somebody say, well, why can't he just walk away? Well, why isn't Naomi being in a lawsuit? Well, I searched. I didn't see nothing. So why is it just Chandler Moore? Chandler wants to be released from his contract. Now, this is Norman Gumphrey. This is his rebuttal. This is all of him just really wanting to be released from his contract. Now, where did I see this? So he filed on the 1st. Summons was sent out on the 2nd. It's a pro havoc. Okay. And as of right now, October 9th, there hasn't been anything else. Okay. So here's where it gets juicy at too. Chandler is alleging that his signature was forged. Now that opens up a mind to believe that, are you saying that your signature was forged on a document that you did not approve of? Now, is this his contract? Now, does he have more years? Now, was Naomi walking away at a point in time where everything was signed off for her? Her assignment was done. She was released. So that's why we're not hearing no press come from her. And Chandler had a different contract. And he's like, well, I'm done. And from hearing different outsources and internet and interviews I've even watched, I don't think he's been truly happy. The success of Maverick City, as it's been so successful, I don't think he's enjoyed it. For some reason, there's something going on. And specifically, he's taking the lawsuit against who owns the name Maverick City, which is Norman Gumphrey. And if you go back and you watch the interview with Norman Gumphrey had a lot to say about how Maverick City was just business to him. Only business. So then it just leads me to say, well, where is Chandler Moore at in this really, Kenny? Where do you think he's at in this really? I think Chandler Moore's contract was not up yet. Chandler Moore is still obligated to deliver some type of substance for Maverick City. And they're not ready to release him. Because that's what Norman feels like this is all about. Ain't none of that other stuff he's saying. He just don't want to fulfill his obligation to his contract, allegedly. But I don't think that Chandler has really experienced true enjoyment and fulfillment in this call and in this season of his life. Because I'm going to tell you something. One thing in ministry, what people don't understand, when you say yes to God, you're going to be doing some things and in some places and singing in some until he releases you. And sometimes you're not going to be in the best of place. That is why sometimes I knew at times when I was told, all right, praise and worship is going a little bit too long. And in so many other words, the people ain't going where you going. Okay? I don't know what you going through, but we ain't going through nothing. So you going to have to make praise and worship a little bit more shorter. Because I found myself at times giving myself the worship that I needed to use to get through what I was going through. So when you can only imagine you're on tour and night on night you're pouring out to you and God, but they don't know. Everybody else know. And then when you're being hit with so many stipulations and rules and regulations, so people run their churches like businesses and organizations too. That's why some of them is full and some of them is empty. Some of them is doing some blasphemy stuff on pulpits now, as we've seen. But no matter what you know or don't think you do know, church, gospel, all of that, it's business. And there's a level of entertainment to it, believe it or not. That's why churches got these big old screens and they got all these things and they have a theme to everything. There is entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with entertainment being to gospel music. There's nothing wrong with it. It is nothing wrong with it. That is why the Clark sisters and their legacy is as successful as it is. And that is why Maverick City went to be the next biggest thing. That we had the Clark sisters and Maverick City and Kirk Franklin that did things bigger than gospel music. Yes, we got our Ricky Dillards and Hezekiahs and all them and Flowers. I love them. I'm not shaming anybody else. But those names that I mentioned, those three power groups, went outside of the four walls and did gospel and reached people a little bit different. Because they understood all three of the keys. Entertainment, business, and gospel. Some of us just got gospel. And then we got church business, which church business ain't entertainment business. They're two different entities. You got to know how to navigate them both. And I think that's where also the saying comes in too. It plays heavy into this too. Think that many are called, but few are chosen. We need many of people to be in our local churches to be our praise and worship leaders. And we should be, we should be rotating within to that. I had dynamic dreams. Contrary to what people may want to say or believe, I was one that wanted to share and do things. And yes, in times, you can be manipulated to do things and see things different. So you may act upon a way. But when I was in those spaces of wanting to do some creative back and forth and all that, I had such a vision because, for one, I was watching churches where Chandler was. I was watching churches down in Atlanta. They were definitely doing church different than what we were doing out here in the West Coast. They were doing church different out there. I.e. to why some churches are still really thriving. And the churches that we have out here today, if they are thriving and moving, they've got a formula. We got to understand the formula so we can reach this next generation like Maverick City did. So Chandler not being happy while still having to fulfill his obligation, it seems like his obligation still is not done. And for many of you all, there's a call that you have to answer to. See, what we don't have to realize, and I know my audience too, we all come from church. And we've stopped dreaming. We've stopped believing. We've put all our things on. Some of us have even stopped going to church. Some of us have even stopped talking to him. We don't pray. And you don't have to read. It is great for you to pick up that Bible and get to know him and read and find some encouragement in it. But if it's hard for you to read, audio it. If it's hard for you to figure out where to start, pick a Bible plan. If you don't know where to move or navigate, just get a notification every day for the verse of the day. Download it in some type of way, especially in these times that we're in right now. You got to hold on to some type of faith. I don't know what your faith may be, and I'm not here to pick it up, tear it, nothing. Your faith is your faith, and I'm expressing what mine is. Because that's my freedom of speech. But you've got to find on and hold on to something. So, as this story is developing, we're gonna figure it out. He wants to be released. He said his name was forged, signed, all of that. Norman ain't buying it. As I find out more and develop, I believe Norman wants Chandler to fulfill the contract. And Chandler is saying, I want out. I've given this amount of my time. I've been on tours. I've done it all. What more else I'm tired. And I think after having to be told for so long how to do it, now you just want to do it the way you want to do it. But business is business. And if there is a contract, and if you did sign, you gotta fulfill it. Now, if you didn't sign and it was forged, take care of your business. Do this the right way. We know that Norman is a businessman. So get some people, get the right people around you, Chandler, to go at and do what he got to do. That man is supporting and moving how he wants to move, and he's proudly living in today and proud to be who he is and who is evident. So you've got to be really prepared going against that. Because that's a spirit of right now, and you have a spirit of forevermore. So, I pray that this all really gets worked out. But I have to say, and I've got to keep it real in the conversation, no matter what, a business is a business. And if the contracts were signed, fulfillment has to be met. That's one thing that us as our culture and us as the people, we don't always want to fulfill. We don't always want to work it through. We don't always want to help. We don't want to volunteer sometimes. We either got to be getting paid, it's got to be a certain amount, and I better see my name, or we have so much, but we just don't want to. And then we wonder why we go out and outsource other people, because they want to just work. They just want their heart is in the right place. And that's why I'm really, truly appreciative of my team, because they know, like, when I get there, I got you. But I really want us as a culture and as a people to understand that sometimes the hard work matters the most. Stop trying to figure out a dollar sign. Share somebody's post. That don't hurt. Support somebody's business. Like, we've got to do better as a culture. We built America. I don't care what nobody says. We got to do better, though. Because they having their way. And if you don't get out there and vote no on 50, I'm sorry, I got to go there too. We can remove Chandler. We're done with him. R.I.P. No, Lord, forgive me for saying that. But we hope that this gets worked out. But you need to go out there and vote on that. I was getting ready to say something. I don't wish nothing on nobody, whether they're in the office or not. But I almost said R.I.P. to the trumpets that roar. And Lord knows my heart. I don't want to wish nothing on nobody. But if y'all don't get out there, I don't care what y'all say. A lot of y'all want to be like, oh, it don't matter. Well, we seen what happens now when you go out here and you say it don't matter. Yeah, it really don't matter. And then they show us how they gonna make it matter. Your vote does matter. You don't go out and vote again on this primary election. I mean, this. I don't know if this is the primaries or preliminaries. I don't know what they call it, but this is the time to go out here and make some difference and make some noise. If not, we are holding on to Jesus. I'm gonna just say that. Get out here and make your voice matter for your kids. For your kids' kids, for the elders and ancestors that was here before us. What are we not doing as a generation? And it's my people too. It's my age group that's acting so ignorant too about this, because we know that the younger ones are only following what we're doing, and we try to act like we got it all together, but we really don't. And half of us is really going to therapy, and well, I'm going to give a quarter of us is going to therapy and the rest of us is not. And you ain't talking to nobody about it. You ain't find somebody to help us. But if we don't get out here and vote no on that 50, yikes. We're already seeing the big beautiful bill be played out. And I don't talk too much about politics. I really don't, because it just don't be the place. People gonna tear you up on here. But hey, I'll delete the comments if they get to getting crazy. Production always got me. And we be watching the page. So it's just real. It's real. It's real. So yes, tonight was great. Derek is back in jail. Beyoncé and Alicia Keys, we found out why we never got to see that song. And I felt like they wanted us to think it was so much more other than that. You know, that's Sony's doing. After they didn't pay the gangsters, they became the gangsters. Ain't that something? You know how they ain't that? No, it's T. They didn't pay the gangsters, so they became the gangsters because they put all that money in it, and then the video didn't even come out because they didn't want it to come out. So they became some gang, and it spent this narrative like Beyoncé and Alicia Keys had this bad fallout and they didn't like each other. Y'all remember all of that. Then they did the tour with Missy Elliott, Alicia Keys, and Beyoncé, and that whole controversy and all that. Y'all remember it, but they really enjoy and love each other. They actually sit back and laugh at all of this. And Naomi and Maverick City and Chandler Moore. Maverick, I don't know if they're officially done. But what is it going to be? You know, it's sad. It's always kind of like when something like this happens to groups, what do they turn out to be after this? I mean, when Beyoncé and Destiny's Child broke up, Beyoncé went on to be great. Michelle went on to be great. Kelly went on to be great. But that don't always happen for everybody else. You know, sometimes the group goes on and you go home. So I don't know. And will his lawsuit go through? Will it get settled? Or what is it going to be? Or is he going to take it all the way through? Or is he going to just fulfill the contract? I think that there's some very sticky business going on right now. But it's business. That's all I can say. It's business. All right, y'all. Well, I had a great night with y'all tonight. Like I said, tonight, if I do come back out next Thursday, that'll be the last one. Because I really need to get ready to get focused. But if I don't, I'm warning y'all now. But while I'm going, share my old videos. Watch some old late night Thursdays. I really would love for y'all to really share and get this page curated. If you watch me back, make sure you like the video. None of y'all ever comment after the video goes off like I tell y'all to. That all helps the algorithm keep the things going. I'm teaching y'all. It's free. Y'all do it for celebrities that don't know you. And at least I'm right here in your homes. So come on. What we do? I promise you. Make sure you get your ticket for November 28th. I'm going to check this Cash App and this Partyful. Find me on Partyful. Late night conversation with K, Richmond, California. We coming to you. 5:45, the doors will open. Show is going to start on time. It is going to be filmed, so you better be on time. And we're going to talk more about that. I'm going to be all on my Instagram about that because I'm going to have to give y'all some etiquette classes. So make sure y'all have your all black and everything else on. Okay? Because it's Black Friday. You get it? Why are we doing all black on a Black Friday? Because it's the day after Thanksgiving. Okay? And I'm not serving no Thanksgiving food. You can go home and eat your leftovers. Okay? We're going to have a quick little simple meal. Something for you to drive safe after you got that liquor on your belly. Okay? Because I got a bartender that y'all love. I know y'all love the bartender. So, I'm going to make sure y'all get taken care of with the bartender. All right? Well, I think that's all that I have. I think that's it for me. Until next time, remember we going up for November. So if I don't see you next week, I'll see you November 1st. Peace. We out.